All right, we have done 3D tolerance dimensioning and annotation using model-based definition applications here for the right view. Double click the front view, we have those. When you're done with those, I like to hide the annotation and minimize that. So if the shop needs it, it's there, it's all hidden. And the next thing I'm going to do is create measurements. So you can verify the part's true size and shape using a tab called Tools. And inside the Tools, for some reason Standard got pinned. I'm going to right click on this and unpin that so it's not so much stuff when I go to Tools. So if I use this bar to go slide over here, you have Measure Item, Between, and Measure Inertia. I'm going to use Measure Item, make this real simple, and just grab that feature, move this out, click a position. Make sure Keep Measure is turned on. That will allow me to keep adding more measurements. I wish annotation was this simple. Just grab an edge, click a location. And I've got my length, width, and height dimensions. Okay, if you want to go bonus points, you could add this dimension, and you could add, or not dimension, this measurement, and add this measurement here. How will I get the missing measurements? Do you know? I'm going to select OK and do a measure between. I can't get that back wall. So what I'll do first is I'm just going to grab this one here and grab this front one here. And if it gives you an angle or result you don't want, try the tab called Customize. Customize your results in the pop-up window. So in the pop-up window, the middle tab is called Customize. Change it to distance and remove the angle. And you see it gave me a distance of 2 inches. Select OK. Now I don't have to pull it off the part, but I can. I normally do, but since this is getting so clustered, what I might do is just double click on this and grab this and slide it over. Something like that. Okay, now to get the back one, what might be easiest is I'll select OK here and I'll rotate this around. Go to Measure Between. Select this one and select this line. Okay, and then I can slide it over. Say OK. Return back to the View tab and go for ISO View. And then move this over here like that so it's on the back. Oh geez, I just created the same one. I already have that one, huh? So I don't need that one. I need this one from here to here. So I'll delete this one. Measure under the Tools tab using Between. I want to grab this parallel line and this parallel line and ask yourself, how many measurements should I have in total on this thing? See if I can grab this and move it up. Once again, I have to say OK. And then try and grab this and move it up. Now that I see where that's at, I think I might move this over here. I should have a total of 7 measurements. How do I know that? Well, when I went and did my annotation, I had 7 dimensions. So to match that, I would want my 7 measurements. So some companies, you don't do any dimensions, you don't do any annotation, you just do measurements only. A lot of those companies is when you're doing research and development, you're not making a drawing, you're building something, you throw out some measurements and you send it off to the shop, and they're going to go try and find out if they can produce that or not. All right, so you should have in your tree measurements, and you would have a total of 7. I got these 5 when I used just measure item, and these 2 where I used measure between, giving me a total of 7 measurements. Okay, and that's how you create your measurements.